Hello, good morning. Welcome to our Wednesday morning live chat where we talk about certain requirements in your state. We talk about home care agency tips, and basically everything that I talk to you about when we're talking about these tips are things that I have experienced myself in my own home care agency journey, as well as answering those questions that I hear the most from you. So I appreciate your questions so much because everybody has a lot of these same questions, right? So this is good. You keep them coming, okay? All right, my name is Bethany. I am the creator of this group. I am also the creator of the Home Care Agency Startup Academy. We have 2 programs over there. The course is number 1. Oh, when I do this, I get balloons. Did you guys see that? That was really cool. All right, so we have the course. And we also have the Owner's Suite. So 2 programs that you can check out. I will go ahead and put the address in the comments later so that you can click on that and check it out if you like. So let's talk today about where to find clients. This comes up a lot. So there's going to be the obvious answers that we'll cover here really briefly. But then I want to get into this other angle of all of this. So surface level, where do we find clients? Well, if we're going private pay, we're going to be building relationships within our community, right? We're going to be working with different medical professionals, facilities, and there is a whole system on how to do that. And I do outline that inside of the academy in the lessons, as well as give you the templates and documents that you need to present these individuals with. But you're going to want to build relationships with those folks, because then when they have a client that is needing home care services or is being discharged and needing home care services, we want your agency to be top of mind for them, right? So they call you with that referral. When we think about other ways of obtaining clients, we really want to make sure we have our either state license or registration dialed in so that we can then start to contract with different entities like the Veterans Administration. We also want to contract perhaps with Medicaid, some other waiver programs within your state. And that's really going to be the sources for your agencies. And then, this is so funny, my tripod, it keeps shrinking. So if you see me shrinking, it's not me, it's my tripod. I guess it's tired. It's the end of the year. It's like I'm done. Okay, so, oh my goodness. So other than those ideas, you also have long-term care insurance companies. Now, some of them are going to require that you have that state license, that you have that registration. Some of them will require that. Some of them won't. Some will be like, oh, okay, you're an agency, you have general liability insurance. Okay, cool. And they'll be ready to roll. So you'll have to just check into that depending on the different companies that you want to work with. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that. That's like the surface level where you find clients. Of course, there's a little bit more work, a little bit more systems that need to go into play with that. I think I'll just hang on to that, which will be really hard for me because I'm a person that uses my hands to talk. That's okay. So what I really want to remind you when you're looking for clients, when you're in need of clients, like let's say the scenario is this. The scenario is, and I've heard this recently from a lot of folks, that you have caregivers who are ready to work, ready, willing, and able to work. Yay! All right. But all of a sudden you don't have any clients for them. You can't find any clients for them. So that becomes, you get into this space of worry and fear, right? And that can be a little bit like you shut down a little bit. You kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to find them care? And your feelings are totally valid. They're totally valid. because you're responsible, right? You're responsible for the clients receiving care. You're responsible for your employees receiving income. So I get it. And I just think from my experience, what I want to share with you is that even though your feelings are totally valid, to try to step away from that space of fear and worry as quickly as possible. Like, feel it, acknowledge it, move on, because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you a new client. It's not going to get your caregivers the clients they need, right? It's not going to get them to work just being like, oh my God, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, where am I going to find a client, right? So what I would suggest you do is develop a routine or a system where you are continually and consistently being present in your community, whatever that looks like. All right, so that could be flyers. People are seeing your flyers consistently throughout the community. These are little reminders, right? Definitely have a flyer at your local doctor's offices. Even if you're not able to work with that discharge planner, most doctor's offices have a bulletin board where you can put a flyer up, put your business cards up. Like, you want to be that reminder for people when they're out in the community and they're like, oh yeah, there's ABC Home Care. Oh my gosh, ABC Home Care, I've been wanting to call them. Oh my gosh. We're so inundated with information, as you know, that it's like we need those little reminders. So flyers. You may also want to show up at events. If your community, which I bet the farm it does, have somewhere, maybe not immediately locally, but in your greater area, there's going to be at least once or twice a year a senior expo, okay? You've got to have a table at that senior expo. You've got to figure that out. You got to be there. If you can sponsor it, cool. If you can sponsor on some sort of level, beautiful. But you want to be there. You also want to be present on social media. Somehow, some way, find a way. If it's posting consistently once a week, if it's twice a week, if it's 3 times a week, whatever it is, consistently showing up and really being educational, really answering those family and clients' questions about home care, right? I know a lot of people love to hear about, how do I get services? How do I pay for services? What do services include? Like, what does home care include, right? So there's a lot of information right there. Like, answering those 3 questions, you could take 3 weeks, break that up and answer it, because you want it to be bite-sized, of course, when we're on social media. Oh boy, Rainey joined us today. I knew you'd join us, Rainey. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Oh, you purring. Okay, so being consistent, showing up consistently, and doing the things to remind your community that you're there is going to help you in receiving a client. We just got a client this week from, it's a, how can I describe this? So it's a senior living community, right? And so they have housing for seniors who want to live on the grounds that don't need any care whatsoever. They have assisted living, and they supply the care there for the assisted living. And then they also have memory care at this senior center. So we just received a call and opened up a case that was supposed to be like 15 hours a week, but I think it's quickly moving to 30 hours a week. And that's, that's how things roll. So we asked them, well, how did you hear about us? Because at this point in our stage, we're not really advertising at all, because we even have like a waiting list. So we're like, how did you hear about us? And the facility, the senior living center, when this individual who's in his home doesn't want to go to assisted living, it's too expensive. He wants in-home care to meet his needs, and so he can stay in his home and not go to the assisted living piece. The senior living center handed him a list with agencies on it, and our agency was on it. I've never even contacted these people, so I don't know how, but we were on there as a resource. And I'm like, cool. And I'm sure it's because we showed up in Google, and when they Googled home care agencies in that area, we showed up. So make sure you're on Google and all set up there. But yeah, they're like, yeah, we started at the top and we called, and they still haven't called us back. You were the first agency to call us back. So there's another tip. Call back immediately. Answer the phone or call back immediately with a time to set up a initial intake or a meet and greet, whatever it is. Get that on the books, because we were the first one to do that. And because of that, they went with us. And I'm so glad, because I'm just so happy to serve this gentleman and help him. Anyway, so yeah, there's another scenario, another tip on that, and another way to receive clients. But just also being positive and having really super good intentions, right? I've always been under the school of thought that this work that we do in the home care field is, to me, it's very divine. It's very, like, it's just such a good thing, right? We're doing such good work that I know it's all going to work out. I know that, I don't worry or stress about it anymore. And maybe that seems silly and crazy, but I've tried that. I did do that for years, and it wasn't good for anybody. And it just always works out. It always works out. So as long as you're doing those things, making those positive deposits in your community, showing up, having that presence, those reminders, and then just being like, hey, it's going to be okay. We are doing the best that we can. We have the intentions are out there. And we're coming from a space of care and love. And this will happen. This will be, and it will happen, right? So I do also think it's good to have those tangible goals and intentions and really focus on those, especially as the owner, especially as the captain of the ship, right? You have to have some good intentions and goals in place that are helping you to steer the ship. I think sometimes we get so caught up in, like, our state rules, our state regs. Are we doing this with the red tape? And are we meeting this requirement and doing that? And oh my gosh, we got these people who need care. Oh my gosh, do I have people to take care of them? Oh my gosh, I have caregivers, but I don't have a client. And we can get so caught up in the day to day that we're like, we sometimes forget, like, whoa, we started this for a reason. Let's get back to our goals, our intentions, and what we're really trying to create. Because at the end of the day, even though you're a state licensed or registered home care agency and you have all these rules and regs to follow, and I get it, and they're important and there are a reason for them, but at the end of the day, it's still your business. And you get to sprinkle that into your business. You get to infuse your business with your goals and your intentions. So on that note, I'm super excited that in January, inside of the Academy, we meet every other week on Zoom, and we're going to kick it off with this goals and intention setting workshop. So really just setting the tone for 2025, with this workshop. And also lovely news on that point, on that subject, is that if you're not a student of the Academy, you totally can become a student of the Academy. Love to have you. The lessons, the support, the master classes are so well done. All the documents you need to start your home care agency are there, and it's there for you to participate in. However, if the Academy is not what you're needing, but you are needing some, like, mentorship and mastermind and want to join us in our monthly coaching and classes session, I am opening up a whole new program, and it is Mastermind and Mentorship membership. So that is opening in January. If you like more information on that, go ahead and let me know that below. You can also email me support@bethanyratcliffe.com, and I can give you the information on that program as well. So there's other little benefits and perks to that membership, but definitely wanted to share it with you. So trying to make this super accessible to all home care owners who are looking for that and don't want to necessarily go it alone and want some resources, want some of that mastermind membership, all of that, and mentorship, all of that goodness, right? All right. Well, I hope today's chat helps you. I hope that it gets those wheels kind of spinning about ways that you can show up in your community to help ensure that steady flow of clients, and also just a good reminder like, hey, don't get too in the weeds and worrying about these things. Like, it all will work out. It totally will. Set good intentions, set good goals. It's all going to happen. Okay? All right. I hope you have an awesome day. Take care.